All right, no worries.
My name is Elder Baksay
So, how does this work whenever Ron is they get in here? You're our person. I've also had a real problem with iCloud. Just out of ignorance where I went to use iCloud on this phone to put my contacts in, and I got now they're okay on here, but I'm unwilling to do iCloud.
Ja, ook heel vaak zijn.
Challenges
Dus
to
het zijn wel iets van het accent te hebben. En ik wil all the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and individual investigators and friends.
Whenever we do like make sure
whatever.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I want to
We're showing an example of such a behavior.
when it gets
As he was 33 years
you
old,
can then pop into the school.
Do I have to make
and
it
I sent it to heaven. And he was already translated to heaven for it. In the Bible, we can learn about how Jesus Christ ascended to heaven. But also in the book of Romans, and I think some of these
There's two things that you can do. You can either come in and walk into the set, or you can
I said to Mary and Magdalene, touch me not, for I haven't ascended yet to Father. So Jesus was straight after
should I have already taken
so Peter has said, some of us so Peter see God. God commanded us at about 8:30 to ascend.
Should I do
Now
that
we're
first?
learning also
when you
in the
first turn
gospel,
on the computer, you like it.
especially in the Book of Mormon,
So I'll
which
do
is
that.
related to those in Guatemala and was teaching in the city of Bounty. Now, that might
It's all screwed up.
I think we can help on that
Identified
to purify one another, understand and teach one another. But equally, of the soul of God, Jesus Christ the second time already among us.
So, yeah, first thing
I remember yesterday I was sending a movie to Laser or something like
but
that.
I should do
She's
that.
here in Sweden, and she's now serving in Europe, India, as a missionary in Sweden. I asked her on by that video to marry her. The beginner I was a student, my wife, I will know much more free to speak. Also now, as I'm speaking to beginner university students who are athletes, and this video channel recording by Joshua Baksay is the name of the channel, but my name is Elder Baksay Ivo. I'm actually the owner of the channel, or if this owner is I am actually the producer. So I say the because I own copyright so far, standard. Did I invite all those Brigham University students to help me in this time, especially Thomas Benson Monson is president, and thereafter,
So that's
that
good.
might have translated beings on it. When I see here something on Wednesday, so actually, I'm absolutely sure that if we help them not to keep the way of business, in other words, their proselytion, according to that word, Heavenly Father and Lord Jesus Christ, He appeared to Adam and Eve, and He was instructing them to partake only of those herbs which are least up to the sight of God, and good food in the sight of God, daily prudence and thanksgiving. This is Common Garden Logos, United Kingdom of Great Britain and England, in Europe, meeting North Atlantic Trade Organization, and I, Slovak Elder Baksay Ivo, Jesus Christ invite all Brigham University students and all members of the Jesus Christ including children, also Jesus Christ to translate to heaven glory and to ascend to heaven in this due time of Jesus Christ in teenage, in teen years of this 21st century. So this is 2013, that's the 23rd of April. 2013. Right now it's Tuesday, and it's approximately 8:56 in England. And I hope that all the Brigham University football players, if there's a female team, also female football players, or soccer or other athletes, might engage today hard, to solve today hard, and that should might be more grateful for the priest that we have, the authority to have this organized storage, so to sleep at home, The Joseph couldn't comprehend.
I don't
It
mind
seems like he was
because
dead and great,
I
and
just
Brigham Young also seems like he was dead and great. And Joseph Woodward couldn't comprehend the priesthood, but we have the priesthood, and we shall help one another. Also, for absolvents of Brigham Young University, who was outlets at Brigham University and other universities where members of the Jewish Catholicism are attending as outlets, all of them shall take it to their heart, to soften their hearts somewhat more, and to be somewhat more grateful, as well as to be translated beings to help one another to preach the equity of the household of God and Jesus Christ Brigham Young. Now, that I'm planning a Salt Lake wedding with Lindsay Spring, I hope that it will be an extremely great wedding. And I thought it was a good occasion that we might take an example according to the Book of Mormon musical. There's a Book of Mormon musical, and he does quite good, quite well he does, right?
Okay, so you've got my message in terms of.
But I think we can do something better. Their idea to get one day to heaven is beautiful.
See, we should sing.
And President Wilson also is sharing on some conference that he would like to get to heaven and he would like to be somewhat heavenly. And I see that also First World War and also Second World War and Civil War and also the Cold War, the other wars, which Salt Lake City was leading there, victorious winning. Was victorious in Salt Lake City. So there is the power which is remarkable in the members of such discussions. And I myself am a member, eternal member of the Jewish community whatsoever. So I know that there are sometimes some fanatical movement in Utah because of local patriotism and because of different fears. I'm inviting to the word of wisdom, which you might esteem me, Mr. President Baksay Ivo, Elder Baksay Ivo, President, as not only President of the Transition, but as the President of the first President of the Jewish Catholicism. So I, Elder Baksay Ivo, might be elected on the General Board of the Jewish Catholicism about the form of first presidency of the Jewish Catholicism. There might be some more nights to Catholicism to come on board to my ascension to heaven. And there are so many lovely people around us. So I think that my extended family members and my last baptized, like to receive their wonderful endowment of gratitude. I already ordered one of my resources on the internet, so I hope it comes soon. I'm actually one of the winners. So I actually am from Axor now. So after, until I'll sometimes send you a message from here, and then from any other place. So, I would like to greet you and express my gratitude and love to you. And Jesus Christ commanded us to be more perfect as He was, or He commanded us to perform greater acts as He did perform. This meaning to be more perfect. According to that time, approximately 1,980 years ago, which is approximately 30 or 79 years ago. Prior to that was 1,979 years ago, approximately. So, or it would probably 78 years ago, around 1,970 years ago. But he also showed the examples of 30 years old. He ascended to heaven and he was translated very early. I'm looking forward to my recognizing me, Elder Baksay Ivo, as your beloved Shiloh, as a fulfillment of a prophecy about Shiloh. The prophecy about Shiloh is mainly by me recognized literally in those scriptures when Joshua, he was having the same name as Jesus Christ. In Hebrew language, Jesus is Joshua. Joshua, Messiah, that's it. Before there was after Moses, the term of Moses was Joshua. And he went actually Moses and then from Nebo he took Israel to the valley of the river Jordan. And as they was coming to over the valley of the river Jordan, they arrived to the mountain, and they call it Mount Shiloh. And there is a prophecy from Genesis about Shiloh the day as he comes unto him the gathering of people is. So I think that we might have the recognition of mine, Elder Baksay Ivo, to be recognized as Shiloh. Now sometimes in my Joseph to bring him under Shiloh, with some keys of gathering of Israel, they had Moses really delivered a piece of the gathering of Israel. But even then he gave it in fullness until I came to earth, there was not comprehending and he died. So I'm now asking for helpers from Brigham Young University and very many, all those who ever was taught there or who was teaching there, or who was professoring there, or Presvaded there, I asked them for help. So I might be elected soon on General Board of Discussions about France presidency because I am Shiloh and Shalom. So as I am teaching you about gathering of Israel, and also to do the best regarding law of chastity as best you can according to your circumstance, according to personal circumstance. So I'm for the old judges in Israel are judging very individually. So men might be happily married and have posterity, and all members of the Church of Jesus Christ, the letter is saying that happily married and have posterity. And the person in the eighth is doing my ascension to heaven. As Jesus ascended, yeah, but it's now there we have one more, and it's that I am also Zion. So that's that you have not only to see God, but also to ascend to heaven and to dwell in heaven forever. There are many notes about Enoch. Now Enoch, he had the city of Zion. So we might call our city Jesus Christ City instead of Salt Lake City. We might call it Jesus Christ City. And instead of Zion, we might call it the true Zion, and it's me, Mr. President Baksay Ivo, Elder Baksay Ivo, or just Baksay Ivo, or Baksay Ivo. So that's really, I hope that you might all easily accept from Brigham University, and that you might easily deliver the link zero actually brings it to me from Student Mansion. I hope it was looking most perfectly. If not, then maybe maybe I will apply for some grants to be again only backup. So I was given the better wisdom and best my ability and knowledge, and I was quite perfect for at least years. And if I had any slip, it was only because of the iniquitous mind of our president, of first president, eating well for food and food storage only to some members, but to some others they're not admitting as the local patriot of Utah. So I think that they also did for me to all in Utah, but I am the one who you remember since ever. My name is Elder Baksay Ivo, and I since Adam, always with the and teaching, preaching with authority, and strongly about the law of transfiguration of Jesus Christ. So it shall be finding for me, so I might keep the bit of wisdom to the best extent as I wish to. Let's say go to those herbs, which are pleased after the sight of God and good for food, and the sight of the Holy Spirit that speaks to my all the blessing and love, and all the blessings eat him as a word, and love God with all my heart and mind and my neighbors as myself, seeing my brother is myself, of course. And as we were now pondering about how to get to Israel, Jesus Christ so beautifully stated, and we have beautiful hymn in a church, and it's called Love One Another. Tell us, I sing to you there. As I have loved you, love one another. This new commandment, love one another. By this commandment, that you are my disciple. If you have loved one to another. So I thank you, I love you. I hope to sing my perfectly as your path will arise. And I promise I'm president that I'll put together my dental cards and my name also will be perfect. Bye. Thank you. Utah.